Hi everyone, welcome to our next installment of our Classroom Journal Virtual Edition. In this episode, we're going to hear from Peter and get an update on our virtual programming and our online lesson plans. After that, we'll hear from Catherine with an update on what we've been doing in the absence of events at headquarters. We're continuing to work on the capital project at the Grove and preparing to open it to the public, hopefully in the fall. But for now, I'll pass it off to Peter.
Our virtual programming and webinars, which will never be able to replace our in-person programming, have allowed children and families across London and Ontario to cook along with our amazing chef team in their own homes. Since last summer, thanks to the investment in our new video equipment, we've been able to offer 21 live programs, webinars with 14 partners, including the Oneida Language and Cooking Program, and high school's major program with 2 London high schools. One of the most impactful things I've observed is the opportunity to involve parents in our cooking classes. As children and students cannot cook unsupervised, we've had the opportunity to involve parents in our cooking classes in an entirely new way. It has been amazing to see entire families preparing recipes together and having fun in the kitchen, even if we are seeing it through a screen. Our new lesson plans and resources can all be found on our website, where they can be downloaded at no cost. Nothing can replace the rich experience of getting your hands dirty while mixing a salad or preparing a new dish. But as we can't make and share food together in schools at the moment, we've designed our virtual lesson plans, activities, resources, and videos to keep students learning about and exploring foods in ways that are safe and fun, even under the current circumstances. Our food systems lesson plan helps students grasp the scale of our global food system and learn about all the rippling impacts our local food systems have on our own community. Our Taste Like a Chef lesson plan reframes tasting not as an innate ability, but as a skill that can be developed and employed when cooking as well as trying new foods. Our Value of Food lessons encourage students to think beyond their taste and hunger to examine other ways food has value, both to themselves and communities around the world. We are excited to be able to adapt concepts and elements that would typically have been included in our in-person programming into fully established lesson plans for teachers to explore with their classrooms. The pandemic has uncovered an opportunity for us to focus some time on the development of these lesson plans, which can be used immediately as a way to continue teaching food literacy at a time when participating in our programming in person isn't possible, but also to continue to provide support for educators who are waiting and preparing to participate in our programming or have already participated and are looking for additional food literacy resources.
Hi, I'm Catherine Jones, Executive Chef at Growing Chefs. If you have visited us at Growing Chefs headquarters in the past, I may look familiar as my role is leading programming and events with our team of talented chef educators. Prior to the COVID-19 shutdown, headquarters hosted a multitude of events such as weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, private and ticketed events. Though the pandemic ultimately changed our entire business model, we are proud to say that we were able to bring back our entire staff roster with a little ingenuity and a lot of help from our community. During a time when all in-person events were canceled, we were able to pivot and be a part of a bigger solution for many of our community partners. Adhering to strict COVID safety protocols and following provincial health guidelines, our team came together to offer these other agencies a safe alternative for their fundraising needs. By partnering with local nonprofits such as Child Reach and Big Brothers Big Sisters of London, they were able to move forward with their scheduled fundraisers while jointly supporting us, allowing us to stay afloat. A win-win for our community. We have been able to offer safe, contactless curbside pickup of meals from our headquarters, which many charities then coupled with amazing virtual content, creating a new way to enjoy an evening with others, even though we can't officially gather together just yet, and these events have collectively raised well over $100,000 in support of these nonprofits. Such an amazing accomplishment. Since reopening our doors last summer, we have partnered with 6 such agencies and held over 30 successful pickup events. Community partnerships such as these allow multiple nonprofit agencies to benefit and helps Growing Chefs to continue to promote healthy eating amongst the London community and beyond. We are so thankful for the support. These safe events have allowed us to recuperate a small portion of the 25% annual revenue lost due to closing our doors. Continuing to navigate the ever-changing landscape of the color-coded restrictions has led us to a decision to remain closed to public events at this time until we feel it is safe enough to reopen, With so many small local businesses struggling to survive, it just didn't seem right. So for now, we will continue to partner with our fellow nonprofits for these takeout events and host similar virtual corporate events when possible. If you know of any potential partners, please get in touch. But know that we remain extremely optimistic about our future and the future events at headquarters. We are making big plans that we can't wait to share with you down the road, and we can't wait to see you again soon.
Hi again. I'd like to take a moment to introduce myself and tell you a bit about my background. I joined the team in late spring of 2020 as an assistant food educator, and then more recently have moved into the role of education projects and volunteer coordinator. These positions have been an amazing opportunity to get creative and really think outside the box about how we can best connect with students and the greater population. I really enjoyed working with our chef team, dreaming up creative webinars and lesson plans that can replicate the experiential nature of our programming. Now, why Growing Chefs? I feel Growing Chefs represents a pretty stellar intersection of my interests, skills, and passions. First off, I have a great deal of experience and appreciation for experiential learning. I always found I was drawn to and got more out of experientially focused learning, which is how I wound up leading canoe trips for a YMCA camp, taking me from small lakes and rivers in southern Ontario to paddling into Hudson's Bay from Lake Winnipeg with a group of participants. I followed this path of experiential learning to Lakehead University, where I graduated from the Outdoor Recreation Parks and Tourism program, and then 3 years later, graduated with a degree in education. As well as a passion and interest in education, I love food. I've worked back in front of house in restaurants in Thunder Bay and London, Ontario. As well, worked as almost 4 summers in varied roles in a kitchen at a summer camp. I'd say the food we interact with here is slightly more refined than the summer camp, but nonetheless, food has always been an important part of my life. Going all the way back to my first job, assisting my mother with children's cooking classes at a Loblaws cooking school. Thanks for taking the time to get to know me a little better. I'm sincerely looking forward to what fun projects we can start next.
Thanks, Peter. And thanks to all of you for watching along as we give you a little window into what we've been working on over the past few months. In our next Classroom Journal, we'll give you another update on the capital work we're doing at the Grove, and we're going to dive into what we're expecting programming there to look like in the fall, as well as take a closer look at our Agri-Education Week that we run in partnership with the Western Fair District. We can't wait to see you all again in a few more weeks. And to finish, just want to say a huge thank you again to all of you for continuing to support Growing Chefs and food education. Your belief in us and our whole team and the work that we've been doing keeps us going week in and week out in this difficult time. This year more than ever, we really can't express how much your support means to us and how much it's helped us to continue moving forward and getting ready to be able to invite all of you and students and families back into our space to cook with us in person again. So until then, thank you so much from all of us here at Growing Chefs Ontario. We'll see you soon.